Today, we're going to be reacting to the Venom vs. Bane death battle. What's going on, everybody? patscosplay here. If you're new to my channel, I make videos all about cosplay, helping you guys get introduced into cosplay. So very beginner stuff, all the way up to some more intermediate sort of tutorials, reaction videos, unboxings, everything to do with cosplay. So if that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, I make new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at noon. But without further ado, let's get into the Venom versus the Bane death battle. Obviously, I want Venom to win. That is who I am rooting for. I like Venom much more than I like Bane. Bane is a cool character, but Venom has so many powers that I cannot see him losing to Bane. I really can't. At all. Because I don't think Bane's smart enough to figure out that Venom needs to be hit with some sort of, like, pulse to get rid of, like, his connection with his host, but like I don't see him doing that. So I honestly think that Venom will win. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, let's go.
The ultimate antithesis to Spiderman.
And Bane, the burly genius who broke the bat. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our
That's
job
not
to analyze
Venom.
their
Let's be
weapons,
real here.
armor, and skills to find out who would
Now that's
win
Bane.
a
That
death
is
battle.
Bane. Ooh, I like the it's kind of like Marvel vs.
The word
Capcom
symbiosis
animation. I like
refers
that.
to two organisms living in beneficial harmony, such as when two
This is
beings
cool.
bond over an obsessive
Oh,
psychotic
I actually
desire to
remember
kill
this
Spider-Man.
episode.
Eddie Brock was an up-and-coming journalist on the brink of national success.
That's just gonna talk about Eddie Brock. But yeah, Eddie Brock is like the main host of Venom. Every once in a while he'll be like, yo, Spider-Man, I want you. So this is like the Spider-Man version of Venom.
When life decided to just
I like the Eddie Brock
all
version because
over
he's
him.
massive.
One day, Eddie published an article incriminating a man he thought was a serial killer. However, that very same day, Spider-Man caught the real killer, publicly shaming Eddie. As a result,
fool.
Eddie's company fired him, his father disowned him, and his wife left him. Also,
That seems a little excessive. It's one paper. He messed up one time and everything's taken away. Those are the people you do not want in your life. People that will just leave you if you do one thing wrong. That is ridiculous. Wow.
so he had cancer.
I didn't know that.
Damn, talk about a bad day.
Oh, I did know he had. I knew he had that, and then
Eddie
Venom
blamed
helped him like
Spider-Man for ruining his life.
cope with it or something like
This
that.
led to his fateful meeting with a weird black gooey alien. Remember Gag from the 90s? It's just like that, except alive and evil.
Yeah, it really is.
This was a symbiote from the planet Clintar, an alien species with
Clintar.
one goal: to grow stronger by fusing with a living host. I know that sounds intimidating and almost parasitic, but the Clintar people are naturally a peaceful race. However, they often inherit their host's traits and
Yeah,
personality.
don't they just take on the traits
This
of their
symbiote in
host?
particular had
So if
previously
your
bonded
host
with
is
a
evil, then
violent
they will be
alien
evil?
bent on genocide and a costume
Yeah, okay.
superhero
That's what I
everybody
thought.
knows as Deadpool.
That crazy lunatic?
Ooh.
Oh, there's no way this symbiote is sane after that.
It wasn't. Afterward, it bonded with Spider-Man, who experienced
first
this
one to get it?
rage and lunacy firsthand. Horrified by this,
Huh.
Spider-Man eventually discarded the symbiote. Unaware the alien had determined Spidey was its
Yeah.
ideal host and became obsessed with him.
Much
Yeah, that's a good suit right there. That's a good suit right there. It's got more Venom lenses on this one, which I like. But that's cool that they are showcasing this suit while I'm wearing the same suit. Pretty cool.
like bar trash Cindy that sometimes you go home with but never really want to see her
he's so
again.
strong.
So what do you get when you combine an angry man and a black goo monster both hatefully obsessed with
That's
the
an
same
image.
guy? Most just call him Venom.
Did you know Eddie came up with the name Venom because he felt he was spewing venom from the tabloids he worked at?
Stop.
Seriously? I give that origin a 3 out of
Ooh.
10. Thank God the name's cool at least, and Venom's abilities are even cooler.
That's
He's
pretty cool.
insanely strong, ridiculously agile, and has a fast-paced healing factor. He can power through bullets with no
Let's
problem.
read these. All right. So he's obviously strong, speed, durability. He can be shot with bullets. We know that from the movie and stuff. His shape shifting, he can do weapon gliding. Decoys can sprout tendrils or spikes. Oh yeah, he shoots like little spike things. And he can go invisible. I can go invisible. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
At all. Plus, the symbiote carries some of the abilities of its previous owners, including Spidey. That means he can climb on walls and
Yeah.
shoot webbing strong
Bullslinger
enough that
hurt him.
Spidey himself can't break through.
Technically
Okay.
speaking, Venom's
Yeah, because that's why he shoots the webs out of here and not here. It's a little bit different, but he was able to do it this way so that he's still able to punch people. So I honestly think it's an improvement. He's just able to do that, shoot it, grab onto the web, and then still be able to punch people. So it's actually smart in my mind.
simply reproduces the webbing effects via one of his more useful powers, shape-shifting. This symbiote can act as a liquid, allowing it to increase Venom's size for intimidation, or even mimic Eddie's everyday clothing for discretion.
Not to mention, Venom can morph into a wingsuit to glide through the air, isolate and purge toxins from its host's body, straight up turn invisible, or even just sprout spikes.
I didn't know that. I knew the spike thing obviously from the movie and such, but I didn't know he can go invisible. That's so useful.
For simple stabbing weapons.
With
Venom's
these
gonna win.
abilities
He's gonna
seemingly
win. Like,
limited
there's no way
only
he
by
can
his
lose.
twisted imagination, Venom has tangled with many of his world's heavy hitters. He's defeated Spiderman without having a host.
He defeated Juggernaut. Stood blows from the Hulk. Wow. Eddie Brock can bench press 500 pounds. Jesus.
Ghost Rider's penance stare,
That's, like, not
and shaken
natural.
off the Hulk's infamous thunderclap. That's right, he's even taken blows from the likes of the Juggernaut and
Damn.
the Hulk.
Even if Venom does get injured, the symbiote can rapidly
True.
heal its host.
Doesn't give
From
you a chance
broken
to die.
bones, impalement through the chest, or even blast from an anti-tank rocket. He's also so speedy that he can catch up to bullets in mid-flight. But if he doesn't feel like it, he'll just take the shot and spit it back with deadly force.
That's pretty cool.
He's strong enough to bust down metal doors with his fists, tear apart large military trucks, or throw cars several blocks away.
I mean, part of that's gotta be Brock. Have you seen how much that
Jesus
dude can lift?
Christ.
Most impressively,
He's
Venom
so
once held
jacked.
a giant carnival ride similar to a Ferris wheel, even after getting struck by one of his worst weaknesses, a sound gun.
A sound gun? That's pretty lame. So, like, I could just
I know,
beat him
it
if
makes
I
sense. It
scream
disrupts
really
his
loud?
connection to
With
the
enough
host.
sound
It
or
makes
literal
sense.
firepower,
It really does.
yes, you could force the symbiote to expose
Ah.
the vulnerable host underneath. Though I should note that repeated exposure has helped Venom build up some tolerance. Also, while the symbiote is highly versatile, Venom is not exactly a strategist. Unsurprising given his apparent insanity.
That makes sense.
I like being bad. It makes me happy.
True.
The symbiote also requires a diet containing the chemical phenethylamine.
Venom, what? You like,
Oh, yeah?
buy that at the store, or...
Oh,
No,
man.
it's found in certain fungi, chocolate, and brain matter, which the symbiote greatly hungers for.
Oh,
Yeah,
great, now
definitely.
it eats
Aisle
brains.
6.
God, this guy is literally a living nightmare.
In City, Batman has faced dozens of foes, each more vile and cunning than the last. But none challenged his sheer willpower more than
there's
a
some pretty
monstrous
bad
man
ones.
called Bane.
Bane's life was screwed from the start. He
Bane.
was born into prison and made to carry out his dead dad's life sentence. Talk about carrying the...
He's 350 pounds of pure muscle. His hobby is breaking backs. I like that.
sins of your father. I mean, who puts a baby in jail?
Literally,
Couldn't it
like,
just,
why would he be
crawl
sentenced
through the
to, like,
bars?
to
Did
jail?
Make a baby jail?
That's weird.
So many questions.
The child spent his
You go,
long
Tommy
years
Pickles.
in captivity,
You go.
forced to fend for himself against a cruel and unforgiving world. Then one day, a fateful accident caused something
Get that bear.
to snap inside him.
I'm guessing his neck.
No,
Alright,
well,
Venom wins.
it should have. Instead, the boy slipped into a coma where he saw a vision of his future self. A man standing above all other men.
Future self told
Jesus.
him he would be second to none, so long as he could conquer the power of fear.
Look at those eyes. He looks so happy. He's like, you're gonna do great things. Horrible, but great.
Which is apparently shaped like a bed. Huh, would you look
Ah.
at that? What are the odds?
When the child awoke, he began his journey to conquer that fear through the power of bloody murder.
Hell yeah. That's also
Clearly,
why the
yeah.
prison warden called him a bane to everything holy.
And that's why he's named Bane.
Ugh, 2 out of 10. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a weak story. Like, you could call him the bane of your existence. That's at least a little bit better.
Anyway, it wasn't long before Bane caught wind of a certain bat
You got a
ruling
bird.
Gotham
Got a
City
little
by
birdie.
fear.
Batman.
But he got to work trying to become the ridiculously jacked guy he saw in his dreams so he could take down Batman once and for all.
As he grew up, Bane entered an
Rawr.
intense daily workout regimen, not just of his body, but his mind as well.
Look at him go.
He educated himself in 10 languages, escapology.
I mean, let's be real. If I was in jail too, and the only thing you could do is either get stabbed or work out, I'm gonna be working out non-stop so that I don't get stabbed. That just makes sense to me. Wow, like everyone would be in such good, not everyone, but a lot of people would be in such good shape because that's all you can do. That's great. I would do
Combat
it.
tactics, and several martial arts, including a few he created himself.
Bane pretty much became a legend across the prison. So to remind everybody who was in charge, the warden decided to make an example of him.
See, this place wasn't just a prison. The army of Santa Prisco was conducting tests on human subjects with an experimental formula called Venom.
Because super soldier formulas are all the rage.
The procedure had killed every previous test subject,
Yeah.
but Bane proved
Yeah, it
hardier
is.
than expected.
And after he had a taste, Bane wanted Venom for
because they
himself.
weren't strong
so he
enough.
faked his own death,
God.
punched a few sharks to death, and liberated the whole prison single-handed. The inmates joined his cause, and he took his new super soldier serum to
That's
Gotham
awesome.
City.
Using a
bear.
special apparatus on his wrist, Bane can administer a dosage of venom directly into his brain at will. Doing so dramatically increases his muscle mass, turning him into one of Gotham City's most ferocious physical threats.
Yeah. Rah.
He's destroyed the Batmobile with his bare hands, jumped off
There's been so many weird versions of Bane, but so many good ones as well. I don't know which one's my favorite. I really don't.
skyscrapers without injury, and lifted loaded armored trucks which weigh tens of thousands of pounds. And then there's the
Like
feat
that
he's
one.
most
That
famous
one's
for,
weird.
breaking the back of Batman. But Bane didn't just break bone. He literally
felt
put
that.
Batman into a coma.
Well, years later, Batman did get his revenge. After swapping powers with Superman, he paid Bane a visit and broke his everything.
And somehow, this didn't kill him.
He's one tough son of a bitch, and if he needs it, Bane can crank up his flow of venom for more strength and faster healing. But when he first
But he can only take in so much venom, and if he goes without venom, he starts to like kind of die. So I mean, all he has to do is cut off his flow of venom, and then he loses.
tried this, it came
That's
at a
literally
cost.
it.
Turns out, an overdose of venom can temporarily deteriorate one's mind, turning Bane into a
See?
mindless, muscle-bound beast.
And it's also surprisingly addictive. So eventually,
Okay, this was in a kid's show. Can you believe that? As a kid, I'd be like so frightened of what's going on here. This guy's losing his mind, and this was in a kid's show. It's fantastic.
Bane swore off the stuff for some time.
But this only let Bane prove that he is just as dangerous even without the performance-enhancing drug. He's been pelted by dozens of bricks at once and taken countless stabbings and bullets without even reacting. He once cauterized his own wound with a blowtorch and even got thrown hundreds of yards.
Here's the thing. After getting so much damage inflicted to you, you eventually will become numb to the pain. So it doesn't surprise me that he is like used to the pain, that he doesn't even like feel it. It makes total sense.
By a Last-A-Woman and got right back up ready to fight.
Still off the juice, Bane is strong enough to tear down a stone prison wall, casually rip off an armored guy's limbs, and take out dozens of members of the League of Assassins, solo. But if he really needs to, he can always fall off the wagon and get back on the Venom.
Bane's absurd power is matched only by his intelligent mind. He possesses a photographic memory, rivals Ra's al Ghul in chess, and deduced the identity of Batman in
That's wild. 27 tons? Whoa, he lifted 27 tons? That is impossible. I don't care what kind of drugs he's on. Huh. Swam against a 35 miles per
1
hour
year when
current.
nobody else could figure it out.
Yeah,
For those people who are Canadian, that's like 60, 70. That's
Bane's
insane.
pretty ridiculous, but it's no secret that he's at his best when he's got that venom juice pumping through his veins. Luckily for him, he eventually developed a form of venom that didn't turn his brain into mush.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And he then soon got addicted
I was
to
just
that
about to
stuff
say that. Like, did he
all
make
over
one that
again.
has no
Still,
downsides?
Bane has proven over and over
Yes.
again that with or without Venom, anyone who crosses him will beg for mercy and receive none.
When we fought before, I broke the...
Alright, I want you to stop the video right now and comment who do you think is going to win. Will it be Venom or will it be Bane? My vote is still on Venom. I feel like he has a lot more going on. He has a lot more abilities, a healing factor, and like that alone is insane. He can't break his back, so it's going to be pretty hard for him to beat him. He is smart enough to know that, or to at least learn that he will need to get rid of his suit, but Venom could just take over Bane at that point. So I think that's the route it's going to go. There we go. Let's see who wins.
Niños.
Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you throw that box. He's like, this is mine.
No, it's something else.
No. Where did they go? Ooh, yeah, get him, Venom. It's me. Oh, he's sneaking. Like, he's still got that carnage in him.
You're mine.
Just busts out a gun.
Yummy.
Ooh, okay. Almost ate him. I love that it's just Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, your blood's spicy. Delicious.
It's spicy. No, it's not gonna end right away. There's no way. He's gotta learn. Come on. Venom, kill him. Destroy him. Where did he go?
So, you fall back on cheap magic tricks, trying to disappear.
Magic?
Yet you don't know how to be truly invisible. Now, I give you permission to die.
Come on, Venom, get him. He survived the missile before you could do it again. Oh yeah.
You're just like all the others. Broken.
If you're facing financial challenges,
It's the worst
then
time
banks
for an
are
ad.
option. Easy Financial is
How
here
dare
to help
you? And there's 2 ads. He's fine. Yeah, his soul spike's nice. Smart.
What's happening?
He is still able to fight, but will this be enough?
What we came for! Up goes the weasel! KO!
You! That can't taste good.
Both fighters were intense physical threats, but only one
Wow.
wielded the superior Venom.
Venom
Batman's
has
so
many
sad.
advantages over Bane. Speed, durability,
Wow.
versatility, and even strength.
Bane's peak strength was at most
Yeah,
just
that's
enough
true.
to lift a 27-ton car. Meanwhile, Venom was strong enough to stop a falling carnival ride and hold it up by himself even while in a weakened state. Comparing it to similar carnival
Just
rides,
the
my
27-ton
very conservative
cart.
estimate would place this thing weighing around 200 tons.
Way more impressive than anything Bane ever lifted.
Of course, Bane was smarter. However, even if he had deduced Venom's key weaknesses to fire and sound, he wasn't really equipped to take
All right.
advantage of them.
As
Not
for
bad.
speed, Venom could catch bullets. Even
True,
better,
yeah, he is
could
stronger.
catch up to bullets in midair. He had to move over 1,500 miles per hour to do that.
Ironically enough,
Venom's too
almost
fast.
twice the speed of sound.
Surprisingly, their
That's
durability
crazy,
levels
he's
were
so
pretty even.
fast.
Both have taken hits from Superman
Yeah,
level
that's
beings
fair.
and lived to fight another day.
The big difference being Venom's healing factor was far superior. He could fight on par with Juggernaut, who can make 4.8
Oh, from
magnitude
Super Batman, I was
earthquakes
like,
with
wait,
his
what?
bare hands.
But it's not like Batman ever needed super strength to knock Bane out cold.
In time, Venom's superior strength, speed, durability, and versatility
That can destroy the
simply
Earth, that
overwhelmed
really can.
Bane.
Looks like Venom was the real Bane of this fight.
The winner is Venom.
I honestly thought that they were gonna have Venom enter Bane, be like, I like your strength. And then, like, Venom Bane was going to kill Eddie Brock, so technically, they both would have won. That would have been really cool to see. But wow, that's amazing. I'm glad Venom won, so that's awesome. That is going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave this video a thumbs up. Check out the Death Battle channel. I'll be sure to link it in the description below so you can watch this video for yourself. But thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Peace.